Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this one. We've got a whole bunch of hidden and secret little updates they introduced with the 1.2 patch. And I do apologise, I didn't upload yesterday. I've been really busy with work, but basically, because it's been so late, I'm not just going to do the normal like patch notes and show you what kind of things everyone knows that, and it's too late for me to do that anyway. So I'm going to cover all of the hidden secret things, as I mentioned, inside this update. And I hope you stay till the end of the video, because I guarantee there's certain things that even a lot of other content creators and players haven't discovered yet. But yeah, other than that, we're going to jump straight into this video, hidden secret little updates. But starting off with Mirage. Now you all know his ultimate got an update. He's pretty much invisible, as I've been showing you in this intro. But look at this clip. Mirage's passive has also been buffed. They didn't really mention that, but as you notice, when I kill this Mirage, he almost goes completely invisible. When I played, I literally didn't have a clue where he was, except for the fact that I was pressing E to finish him using my decoy finisher. I love that thing. But yeah, moving on with the chucking the Mozambique. So basically, someone put in my comments on my previous video saying that the new chuck in the Mozambique is slower and they don't like it. I tested this out, it's completely false. The Mozambique chuck, the actual animation length, is no different than switching normally. I tested this out and there's completely no difference. It's just a nice little animation that they added for the meme. Now, moving on with possible new location. So essentially, if you go over to bridges, you're going to find these big like metal pallets and this little like silver and gold pole with a red flag. And at first I thought maybe they're building new jump towers, new balloons here, because those red flags hang off of the bottom of these balloons. But I'm not so sure. As you can see, all the way up this hill just next to bridges, there's actually 4 segments of these construction sites. You've got one at like the north, east, south and west corners of this entire hill, almost creating a circle and giving us a general like vibe of where this new point of interest, how big it is going to be. Because as you can see, these constructions are all over the hill. It's going to be massive. So that's probably season 2. Now, also, season 2 in-game leaks. Basically, if you look in here, there's a whole ton of leaks. So I'm going to do it in slow motion and point it out individually. Now, the first thing you're going to see is what appears to be blue Bangalore smoke on the left, and on the right there's a red laser type weapon shooting down onto the ground, which you can see he's up on the roof shooting there. And then as you look up, you're also going to see a third thing, like birds, giant pterodactyl dragon type monsters in the air. So we've already got 3 different like little teasers from Epic. I don't like doing like data mined leaks, but I thought I'd mention this. Now, new support beams. Basically, in my previous video, all the new like map changes. Something I kind of didn't mention, I was going to put this in a separate one because obviously it's nothing to do with it, but they've added new support beams to the top of this Thunderdome area. They never used to be like this. Trust me, I know as a Pathfinder main, like these support beams were not like this. I tested them out, obviously, as I do with anything new in the map, it's physics and that, and yeah, they're pretty solid. But basically, I'm not 100% sure, but this gives me the impression that they haven't finished with Thunderdome yet. It might still be getting more upgrades, or they've just done a bit of a lousy job with that support beam that's hanging through the middle of the cage. Now, they've also patched certain hiding spots. I did a video ages ago about basically like little sneaky hiding spots you can pop into for a quick heal or something. And obviously this is going to be a bit bad for people that are camping there like throughout the whole game. And they've actually patched some of these hiding spots. I tried to get up on top of these light beams. You can't get up there anymore. We tried to test this out. So it'll be interesting to see where else they've patched to stop you getting in. Now, the jump tower nerf. Everyone's complaining about this, and Apex actually put up a little Reddit post kind of thing mentioning this in known issues, but they didn't address it as an actual problem. They didn't say they were going to fix it. So maybe they have actually done this purposely. I'm hoping they buff it a little bit because it is too nerfed. Now, you can actually fly across the whole map. This is a big update that people aren't picking up on. So basically, in the patch notes, it actually said that they worked on a few flight mechanics to stop you bumping into each other. It makes it, you can turn quicker, things like that. Now, consequently, something they didn't really mention that most people haven't noticed is this allows you to fly much further, like a whole lot further. So usually, this example right here, you're seeing me go from the furthest possible point the dropship could be at the edge of the map to the complete opposite side of the map at slums. Now, usually with the previous mechanics, you might be able to just get here or slightly to the edge of slums, but because these new sharper turns, you can actually dip and raise yourself a lot quicker, and those previous slow turns would waste a lot of your time. And as you can see here, I've managed to get literally from side to side of the map in one flight. So take that note in like your proper scrim matches where you're trying to get somewhere safe to loot up. You can now fly so easily across the entire map, and I do hope people start to take advantage of this. Lastly, well, not lastly, I'm getting ahead of myself, respawn drop location fixed. So over here in between like Waterfront and what's it called, Thunderdome, basically it's not even Waterfront, is it? I'm getting all mixed up at the moment, but basically they fixed this drop site. When you dropped down before, it would drop you off the edge of a cliff and you'd have to climb back up if your teammates were up there. Now they have fixed it, so the supply ship actually hovers a lot higher. You can drop easier where you want to. Now they've also added a new inventory slot, and in this Reddit post that I mentioned previously, they actually mentioned this inventory slot and said you'll just have to wait and see what this is for. Now, as I said before, I don't like talking about leaks that have been data mined, because to me it ruins the surprise. I like to have the game come at me as they update it. I don't want to know beforehand, but unfortunately it's all over the internet, and apparently these slots are going to be for new passives, or possibly like new melee equipment, say your heirloom or something. But yeah, it's speculation at the moment, a few leaks. But lastly, this is the actual lastly, something I haven't seen anyone pick up on is the loot tick hitboxes have been fixed. These used to be impossible to like kick pretty much. They were still tricky to punch, but they have been updated. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment, you know the drill. Hit that notification bell especially. But other than that, I'll catch you later.
Hi YouTube, please leave a subscribe and drop a fat like.